Hi there, this is Donna Bordeaux with Campground Accounting, and you are listening to Campground Compass, the show dedicated to campground owners in an entrepreneurial mindset who seek to grow and expand in the wild and wonderful world of business.
What's going on? We have an emergency meeting podcast today. We got some important news from the SBA on the EIDL loans and some important information if you can't pay it back. I know a lot of people are struggling still from COVID. They've either never recovered or that kind of stuff. So we have some emergency protocol here that we'll go over today. The first thing we'll talk about, what is it? What is the EIDL hardship accommodations program, and how can you get advantage of it? It's a new program. The SBA just announced it pretty recently. And so I'll ask you first, what is it?
Well, first, the SBA released this program and they kind of slid it under the radar. This actually came in at the end of November, but I've seen very little news about it. But it's super important for all of the people who hold an EIDL loan to understand and know about. The original payment is based on your loan back in 30 months ago when you took out the original loan. The new hardship accommodation plan allows you to pay only 10% of your original payment amount for the next 6 months. Huge savings. So if you were supposed to pay $2,000 in your loan payment, for the next 6 months, you will pay only $200.
Yeah, that's some big stuff there. There's some big numbers. Basically 90% discount. So,
Yes.
So who qualifies?
All right, here's the deal. If your loan was under $200,000, which most people's loans were all across the country, those loans automatically qualify. So you don't have to worry about it. If you're over 200,000, not to say you don't qualify, but you're going to have to check in with the SBA and get their approval. So you either have to call them or email them.
Mm-hmm. So, what are like the new arrangements?
Okay, so in order to take advantage of the program, you'll need to log into your SBA loan through the Capital Access Financial System, CAFS. That's the place where you go to make a payment. You'll log in, but instead of clicking the Make a Payment button, you're going to click on your loan number. That'll take you over to the loan information page. And on the right-hand side of that page, you should see a big red button that says Hardship Accommodation Plan. When you click on that button, it will take you to another screen where you will say, I want to do this. There are no qualifications that you have to meet to do this plan except for asking for it. So when you click that button and you ask for it, you're going to enter and submit. Now, I'll give you a little suggestion here. I have heard a lot of people say when I hit that button and submitted, it gave me an error. If it did, in most cases, we are still seeing that went through. So check back on that same page before that where you saw your loan number. Go over to make a payment and see if the payment amount that's showing there is lower. That'll tell you got it right. Or you can click on the loan number and look at what the next payment is and see if that payment is decreased by the 90% and only 10% of your payment showing. If for some reason it's not, you can call the SBA, you can email the SBA, or in between those, you might want to just try it again a little later the next day.
Yep. They're kind of like the IRS.
Yeah, not a speedy response, probably.
Which the IRS, we obviously know is the fastest organization in America, so you can't go wrong with the IRS.
Yes.
It might take them 6 months to respond. So, what do you do if you've been calling them for 6 months and they act like the IRS and you still can't make the payments?
I would suggest that you try to do your best due diligence, that you take note of every attempt you make to call them, and that you email so you have a written communication there. You got to try your best, but there's no guidance to say, here's what happened because I couldn't get in touch with them. I am sure that their phones have been very busy, but I have heard that they do answer the phone. I would suggest trying to call either early in the morning or late in the day to try to make sure you're catching a time when one of the coasts of America is not calling.
Yep, yep. So, what happens to the part that you don't pay now?
Well, it doesn't disappear. It gets tacked on to the end of the loan. So it is like a balloon payment. Your loan amount will still stay the same and the term of the loan stays the same. So your loan payoff date won't change, but at the loan payoff date, 30 years from now, that's where you will see a balloon payment of the remaining balance due on the loan. So nothing you have to worry about right now.
Yep. So, the $1 million question of this whole thing: are the loans going to be forgiven?
No, I don't think they are. At least there is no sign of it at this point. On the SBA's website, where they announced this new program, they actually have two bullet points in bold print. Note, the 30-month deferment period will not be extended. COVID-19 EIDL is not forgivable. So I think they're probably trying to pass along a little message there that these aren't going away.
Hmm. Yep. So, hopefully, you got some information on this program. We're trying to get this out as fast as possible. So, that's why we got the shorter format podcast for today. But hopefully, we can bring you some thunder and, you know,
And
hopefully you
one
can
more
save
thing I
some
want to add, after the 6 months, the other question is what happens after the 6 months? What if I still can't pay it? They have said that you will be able to apply to renew that 10%, and only make 10% payments even after the 6 months. So we'll have to wait and see on that, see if they put any qualifiers on that or if it will be automatic as well.
money. So that's always a possibility.
Yeah.
Hopefully, we could save you some money here. If you do have any questions, feel free to email us hi@campgroundcompasspodcast.com. Um, Obviously, we work a lot with the EIDL loans, have saved our clients tons of money with EIDL loans, uh, and done a lot for throughout the COVID
Yeah.
kind
Kept a
of.
lot of businesses in business.
Yep, yep. So, if you have any questions, feel free to email us and let us know how you like this shorter format episode. Feel free to connect with us anywhere at Campground Compass. We out.
Thank you for listening to Campground Compass. I'm so glad you joined us. Check out the show notes and more of our seasoned advice at campgroundcompasspodcast.com. While you're there, be sure to explore the archives for previous episodes. And if you never want to miss a single audio adventure in 4-season business growth, subscribe to this podcast here and on YouTube. If you like what you're hearing, please consider leaving us a positive review on iTunes. It would be very much appreciated. Friends on social media, check us out on Instagram and Facebook at Campground Compass. Until next time, stay savvy.